this view. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's just hope it doesn't start raining on me. I'm behind a waterfall, yeah!
Hey, my name's Alex. This past summer, I trekked around solo through Switzerland and Italy. I journeyed across land, water, and sky with so many unexpected happenings along the way.
This is wild up here. I'm like hiking around in a cloud right now.
Throughout my adventures, I went on hikes, had some of the most incredible food and drinks, and found the party scene.
Let's take some shots.
With only a backpack on my shoulders, a heart full of dreams, and some new friends for life, come with me on my adventure of a lifetime as I trek around and find out. Last episode, I sluggishly explored Lucerne and got some really tasty food. I saw beautiful clocks and ventured by the north end of the lake for new views.
Ooh, lightning.
Indeed, there was lightning, and a new local friend showed me around town, and it was a stellar recovery rainy day. Today, though, I'm headed to Gimmelwald, deep in the mountains of the Jungfrau region. I've really been looking forward to this hostel and connecting with nature here. Shall we trek around and hike it out, y'all?
Good morning, good morning. It is another beautiful travel day. Last night it actually ended up raining. It was so nice to see the storm clouds like start to roll in as I was getting ready to wind down. It was awesome. But before that, I had some incredible food. There was like this takeaway Asian place. I don't know if I already talked about it, so I'm gonna talk about it again. But they had all of these little things that you could choose from, and they had different veggies and proteins, and then there was rice, and she was originally speaking to me in I think German and thought I understood, but then eventually she was like, oh, you speak English? And I was like, yeah. And then it was so much easier to communicate. But anyways, it was so good. One of them was like a spicy fish one, and the other one was kind of like, I would say like curry vegetables, and then I got it on top of some rice with like veggies. Then I got some nice ice cream, walked along the water, which was so beautiful. There were so many places, like colorful flowers, and it was really magnificent. And just seeing the mountains like in the distance on this lake, kind of like foggy-ish, it's so beautiful. But yeah, so I did that, and then I went and met my friend. Well, I took the bus. Woo! I think they're all electric. I took the bus and I met my friend and from my hostel and one of his friends who lives here, and we were at the lake. It was so nice. There were actually fish like that touched my legs a few times. Very, very interesting. Very, very funny. But then we started walking around, and eventually my hostelmate left, and it was just me and this local, and it was so cool just exploring a town with someone local. I mean, it's so much fun because you get to hear different things about the city. You can exchange information about your walks of life. Very, very cool. I always love getting to know someone who actually lives in the city that I'm at. But we ended up getting more ice cream too before my first hostel friend left. And then we just milled about the city as the storm rolled in, and it was beautiful. And I didn't know what to eat. Picked up a drink at Migros. I can't remember how to pronounce it exactly. But then she took me to this local spot right underneath where she lives. And I got this really good, it was like a falafel wrap, but it was on bread. I think it was like called Brotfasch. Kind of like a falafel sandwich. But then I went back to my hostel in the rain and just had a nice chill night. Today was kind of a recovery day after all the fun of Pride, which I'm very lucky that I got to do. But now I am heading to Gimmelwald for 4 nights, my longest stay on the trip so far somewhere. And I'm very excited about this place. It looks so beautiful. There's like the mountains in the background. Feels very artistic and just like nice, and I just can't wait to get there. So I'm gonna be set up there for 4 nights. Looks like we have some rain in the future, but hopefully not too much to keep us down because I'm gonna try to still get some stuff going. Might go do a little cooking class on one of those rainy days, make some chocolate, and also seeing the waterfalls in Lauterbrunnen in the rain would be stunning and magnificent, I think, too, as well. So we've got a little bit of a travel day, and then might do a little hiking before I check into my hostel. So come along, let's go. Thank you, Lucerne. Also, just wanted to notate the importance of shoes that fit. I think that my 2 pairs of shoes that I brought that are not sandals were a little too snug, and I now have probably the biggest blister on one of my toes. Didn't even notice it until yesterday, and then I was like, oh my gosh. Probably the biggest one I've ever seen on the side, but I'm not going to show you all. But I am very lucky because I did buy these really cute Pride sandals at Pride, and I wore them on Pride and yesterday, and I had to change back into them today because I was really starting to struggle, and I was barely like a few minutes in. But very important to have shoes that are not going to give you blisters, but don't be like me, don't get blisters. Anyways, here we go. I continued by the water in my life-saving sandals to the train station and boarded a train bound for Interlaken. In the distance, I could see some mountains that hold excursions I'll have to come back to do someday. There is just never enough time. Along the route, I saw tiny towns, some by beautiful lakes. Could you imagine living in a place like this? If you like beautiful train rides, hit that subscribe button below. Now, after a travel snag I'll explain later, I got to Interlaken and grabbed some muesli. It has become a staple for me here in Switzerland. And after a train ride by familiar views to Lauterbrunnen, I boarded a cable car up to Grutschalp. Now, the views were amazing, and they got me even more pumped for the journey ahead. If you like bird's eye views though, hit that like button below. From Grutschalp, I transferred with almost the whole group to a train bound for Mürren. Now, Mürren is a car-free mountain town that is only accessible by cable car, train, and foot. The town is situated at an elevation of 5,374 feet, and it has a year-round population of roughly 450 people. Mürren has a large selection of upscale hotels also, making it a great selection for travelers wanting the creature comforts a hotel provides. You truly feel like you're in one of the coziest places ever. There's also plenty of restaurants and a Coop grocery store as well for food and drink needs, making it a desirable location for people to stay at. I did think about staying here, but my accommodation for the night lies just down the road in the quaint, quiet town of Gimmelwald. Accessible from Mürren, 40 minutes by foot, 10 minutes by cable car, or 15 minutes in the winter by sled. As I began my descent, I passed some quirks around town, and I saw one of my favorite things about Switzerland, paragliders. Have you ever been paragliding? Let me know in the comments. Welcome to the deep, deep part of the Jungfrau region. I have just walked through Mürren, and now I'm on my way to my new accommodation for the next 4 nights in Gimmelwald. I'm very pumped about this one. Looks like serious vibes. I've heard like great things about it, and I cannot wait to get down here. These views though, I mean, out of this world. Oh, I think I'm about to walk over a little waterfall thing going on. Check this out, check this out. We got some free-flowing water up in here. But yeah, and I'm literally up in the mountains now. And just walking to my accommodation, I stopped at Coop, got some alcohol, got some food, so maybe I can make some noodles over the next few nights. I've only got like today and tomorrow for good weather, and then it's supposed to be raining, so I'm gonna try to set my stuff down and settle in, and then maybe we'll get a hike in and make the most of this good weather while we have it. But wow, this is wild, and there's paragliders. Okay, here we go. Also, transferring from the train to the bus because of these floods that happened was a little bit rough for me. I barely made it onto the bus in time. So if you are going from Lucerne to the Interlaken area and stuff is down or you have to transfer, just just keep sticking your head in buses and saying, is this going to Interlaken? Or I was like, Interlaken? And then finally someone said direct. So yeah, the other ones were not the ones that I should be in. But I didn't actually go in any others, but on the outside they said stuff, and then I found one that didn't say anything, and I was like, Interlaken, and it was the right one. So maybe just look for the one that doesn't have anything on it. Anyways, onward. I mean, y'all, like, what? How is this real? The paragliders in the distance. I mean, it's just kind of out of this world. Here we go. After wandering the winding roads down, I was welcomed to the charming town of Gimmelwald, sitting at an elevation of 4,485 feet right below Mürren, with a year-round population of roughly 130 people. Along the way to town, I saw lots of animals owned presumably by the locals. You truly feel like you're in the smallest town. I made my way down a shortcut staircase into the main part of the village, and my anticipation heightened. This was another location I had been itching to visit since I first saw it. It was beyond my wildest dreams. The outdoor area was filled with many adventurers celebrating finishing the Via Ferrata with pizza, and the staircase inside greeted each guest with many hellos. The common area was filled with guitars that would be played before I knew it. It was all picture perfect. Or practically perfect, as Mary Poppins would say. This is my bed. And there's some windows here. And this is my view. I unpacked for my longest stay yet of 4 nights and headed out to hike before the rain. Nearby, there is a playground for families with children to enjoy after or before indulging in pizza. Now, I decided to take the cable car up to Mürren this time, and I saw someone working on top of one while it moved. Talk about a thrilling job! The views here, though, were astounding, and this is truly, I'm not joking, one of the most magical places I have ever been. The hike I decided to do is known as the Northface Trail hike. Along the way to it, I saw what looked like a library and more animals. Goats this time. They're goatily awesome. Eventually, I made it above the town and began this hike. There are many variations of it, but I primarily started to the north of Mürren and ascended upwards. This hike lasts anywhere from roughly 3.5 to 6 miles depending on if you add in the waterfall and what route you take. To go towards the route start, I did check out the All Trails alternate route path. I did it backwards, but it's the same route essentially until I found the waterfall. The views are incredible and you pass different places along the way that you can stay at and grab a bite to eat as long as they are open. Enjoy some of these absolutely stunning views. And me trying to get a gate open. I hope you can kind of tell, but some of these trees are starting to turn yellow. Fall is coming. Wow, look at where we are! I checked into my hostel, it's so cute, such a vibe, and now I am doing this Northface Trail. I thought that it was gonna be not this hard, so I have sandals on, but the ones that saved me, but I'm okay. I'm making it through, but this view! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's just hope it doesn't start raining on me. As I began my descent, I spotted what looked like cow herders in the distance with cows. I very quickly arrived to a very special building with a market of sorts. No one was working it. No one was watching me. All transactions were done by you and you alone. I knew I needed a little something because this was too cool to pass up. I snagged what looked like homemade cake with nuts on top, paid, and was on my way to the cows. Okay, this cake that I got is so good. It was really cute. So after the most beautiful view up there, I had a bunch of flat area. If I had more nice days, I would totally take a picnic up here, but I think I'm gonna have to only do, oh, they're shouting at the cows. I can't believe I just walked through those cows. But right before that, I got some of this cake. It was at this like honesty shop type thing, and they just had a place where you put money. There were also like cheeses, I think, and yogurts. If it weren't gonna rain, I probably would have posted up and maybe gotten some more snack stuff. But very, very cute. And people really just trust each other out here. And like earlier I was in the supermarket and like $10 was stuck in the machine, and I like felt the honest vibes, and I went and gave them back to the person at Coop, because I was like, I don't know whose this is, but it's not mine. It's just a very honest country. You feel like being an honest human here. There's a reason they weren't involved in the war. But yeah, onward and downward. This is just so beautiful.
As I journeyed on, I thankfully found more signs to guide my path. The trails can get kind of confusing, so I recommend downloading an All Trails map so you can stay on the path you are intending. Along my self-made route though, there was another self-service place, and the road got pretty steep as I neared my next stop. I could hear the water before I could see it, and when the waterfall appeared, it was out of a dream and seemingly nowhere. It goes by the name of Spruits, and you can actually go right behind it to feel really cool. But be warned, it is very steep going down and coming back up. I'm behind a waterfall, yeah! I continued on the other side and began to truly make my way back to town, taking in the waterfall one last time. At this point, there were lots more signs, thankfully, which were great guides. There were also more safety things for cows up here. I can't believe they're possibly found up here, but I guess they are. The view when you leave the tree line towards the top is pretty magnificent. It will never get old for me. How freeing to fly through the air. Be wary along the route of slugs. I saw a lot all over the trail. When I got back to the hostel, I made some ramen noodles with eggs. Some girls at my first hostel taught me this money-saving hack, and the hostel seemed like a nice place to cook and relax with a book.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I am here at Mountain Hostel. I've made some new friends tonight, but one good hostel tip that you might not know: check the fridge, look for free stuff, because we got these German beers for free. Cheers, new friends and free alcohol. We love it.
What is it called?
Quellfish.
Quellfish? We made even more friends, and a group of us played cards, putting a nice bow on the day.
Yes. Oh, yes, baby.
Lastly, I shared stickers with people. Throughout my trip, I gave these to people to spread joy, love, rainbows, and acceptance. If I gave one to you, I truly hope that you're doing well and having a great day. Spread the love, Trekkies, and I'll catch you next week.